All right. Hey, it's Magic back again with Crime After Dark. I'm your host, Magic. It is now 12 minutes getting away from the hour of 12 o'clock. It's February the 20th. And this is basically a continuation of the last video that I just did, but I was talking too much, so I'm out of time. Anyway, so back to Mike. So, we were talking about how private he was, and how, again, even in a room full of his friends, they would find him somewhere ducked off, like he over there caking, on the phone, talking low. He was very private about his business. One of the things he's very private about, like I said, was his relationship. And I'm not referring to NIYA. And I'm not saying that to be funny, but that's just what it is. I'm not I'm not being funny to you, young lady. I'm not. And I'm sorry if this is difficult for you, but I'm sure you had some kind of idea, right? You're a smart girl. So again, he he put together studio time, and he was the link with that. You know what I'm saying? We're getting that hooked up, like the studio time production for him and his friends, to rap and have a video and have music that looked good. They really did look up to 30 Ways. They really did look up to TJ. And he was very lyrically gifted, and he was beloved too. You know what I'm saying? But it was obviously something else wrong. I'm not sure why he would be jumping on a 14-year-old. What was that? It makes me wonder, like, are the younger are the younger kids in this group bullied? Are they preyed on? Or made to do certain stuff, or you know what I'm saying? That's something to think about. Peer pressure is a mug. And I ain't talking about my magic coffee mug. Anyway, but he was the link to Trey, who was 27 and rumored to be his cousin. But after the 25th and on the 30th, Trey said, fuck Montgomery. No more videos, no music, no nothing. Don't call me. I'm done looking out for Montgomery niggas. That's what he said. So that lets you know right there. That little confirmation. Now, was Mike innocent and without fault or flaw? Like he didn't do nothing wrong? He was just a good boy? I'm not saying that. He was still sweet, though. Obviously, he had some type of charismatic nature that drew people to him. He was a magnet. And again, he was daddy. What daddy do? Daddy gonna have what you need when you need it, right? Pocket full of change, all that. Right? Okay. Now, whether it was because of his influence or the pressure of social suicide or being a well-known jock known as Thunderman on the yard. You understand what I'm saying? Not just in his school, but in other people's school too. Okay? Bone crusher on the field. Um, I believe and I know he wanted and had to keep up with certain appearances. One of the hardest things to be right now is a black teen. Unless you just are some type of way oblivious, um, and you don't know what's going on. But to keep up, with your shoes and how you look and your hair looking right and have money in your pocket and the late who nobody wants that Medicaid telephone. They don't want that. They rather not have a phone because of the way it looks socially. So I believe because of who he was and whose he was, I believe he felt he had to keep up certain appearances. Now, why or how he needed to look the part to do that, he needed money. Do I think that he did things to get it? Hell yeah. Most of these kids his age right now, at least 90% of them have guns with a switch, with a beam. At least 95% of them are at least selling weed. And so many of these kids will kick in your door, kick door burglars, okay? I'm talking about young. They been stealing when they was 10, 11, and 12. And can you imagine, again, 7 kids? 7 kids. And I'm not saying that she didn't take care of her kids, but I only had 2 and had to cut corners. It was difficult. But with someone his age and all the sports he played, you know how expensive that is? His sports and stuff, all the things that he needs, and shoes and pants, even socks for kids, for boys his age, like the ones that he wants. He doesn't want and ones. And he's not going to keep asking his mom. Because his brothers and sisters want too. And remember, he daddy. His mama want too. I believe Mike was daddy all the way around. So, I do believe that Mike might hit some licks. Definitely hit some licks. You hear me? I mean, the rumor has it that he had just hit a lick for some clothes and some shoes. I believe, think about it. Remember, he's daddy. Them are the type of licks daddy hits. Say you wouldn't get a booster. Say you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of lick it was. It could have been a booster. It could have been something he took. Because that's what a lot of people are doing. Show me the 5 people you hang around and I'll show you where your life's going to be or how you can be. And that's just what it is. Because even if his mom didn't think he was doing it, she knew what they was doing. She knew. You think you don't hear? You think you don't know? And she been telling. Everybody said, I've been telling you about them too. That means they was grimy. You understand? And they used him a lot. They needed him a lot. Stay somewhere in his clothes. Hell, Rail ran up out his shoes in Southmont. Ran up out the shoes. That's fear. We're going to talk about that later on. But do I think she knew about the leg, held some money? There was a activist. Her name was LaShondra Ross. She was trying to help with the case, but she quit. She claimed that everybody lying, even the mama. It was about dope money. And the mama hid it. And he actually was killed on Friday. Now, what sense would that make? Who did a witness seen someone putting someone in the car that was shot? We're gonna talk about that too, because I'm not sure that was Mike. But I don't think she would. I don't think she did that. I think she about knew, just like you know what your kids do. Just like when the police bring them home, you be like, I know he was stealing, because he will steal. You know your kids. No matter how cool, sweet, and innocent or nice they are, or what they doing on the football field, that nigga still will kick in the dodo. You know that. You know what I'm saying? So I believe he did. And I don't believe she hid any money. I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. I was just scrolling through my Facebook when I seen her first live. That's why I'm here. That first live with them burgundy braids. All I do is watch interrogation channels. All I do is watch guilty people lie. That was the first time I ever knew in my spirit, with all my discernment, that she was scared. And I believe she knew. She knew he was gone. She knew what type of people he was dealing with. And you don't believe she went and put her ear out on the street? She did. She knew. I don't believe she had anything to do with it. I believe that was all some bull crap about the money and all that. I don't know about all that. Anyway, I think she had an idea of what she was doing, and I think she for damn sure knew what his friends was capable of. And she fussed and talked about it constantly, and I believe that's another reason why Mike left to stay with his grannies. He didn't want nobody in his business, and she knew. She was too hip. When your mama too hip, you go stay with your granny who ain't that hip. You hear me knocking? Let me in. So anyway, but I don't believe she was at fault. I believe she was street smart. She knows the streets, and she asked him, and they talked to her. I also believe. Okay, so real quick, do I think he robbed Traylon? I'm gonna save that for part 4. But what I want you to think about is a man named Orlando Moselle Powell. See you soon.